It feels good to be back. It's just a different feeling when you're walking in here and you're not a player anymore, but it feels good seeing the guys and seeing all the people around the team and even watching the games too.
Is that the part you miss the most, just being around the guys?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I miss, just being in the locker room, being with the guys, and I miss the game situations too. Like when you're watching the game, a heat of the moment. When you're playing, that's where you want to be. So I miss that part too.
The actual playing though, and do you miss that at all? The game, the day-to-day.
The day-to-day grind of practicing and all that. I don't miss a whole lot, but going out there and playing in front of 20,000 people and the intensity in the game and the crowd and everything. I miss that.
How's retirement been?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been good. It's a different pace now when you're not. You have your usual routine going down to the practice rink or going to practice and playing games and being used to travel all the time. It's a slower pace, but I enjoy retirement.
Do you skate with your kids at all? Or have you not been on skates? Or?
I've been on skates. I help out with my 12-year-old with his team. So
Assistant coach,
being on the ice with them a few times a week, and then I got games on weekends. So I'm on the ice.
Have the Wings put you to work yet?
I've been doing some scouting. I watched some of the junior teams, national teams, this fall, and watched some of the teams coming through my hometown that are playing, some of the junior kids too. So I've seen some of the games.
How do you like that?
It's different. It's kind of a learning process too, where when you're watching a whole team, it's hard to kind of pick players out. You have to focus on one or two players that you're really looking at, but it's kind of a new thing for me to do.
Yeah, how do you rate yourself as a talent evaluator?
I think it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
I think we should rely on Hawk and Anderson before any decisions from me.
What are the kind of things you've been able to do this winter that you wouldn't have been able to do in past years?
Just the everyday of being home with the family. Like I said, helping out with the kids' practices and taking them to school in the morning, picking them up in the afternoon. Just the everyday thing that you're not around, you weren't around for all the time in the past, and being able to travel, whether with the family or like this trip, just coming over here for a few days, just things like that.
What's it been like with your older son? He was there and you were here, and
he's very happy that we're back there. He's moved in with us again. He's living with us. He's living with my sister for 2 years, so he's very happy that we're there again, and we're happy that we're able to watch him play and be at his games as well.
Timo in the other rooms, among the league leaders in points, Yager showing he still has it, Brodeur as well. What is it about NHL players or the game that lends itself to, you could still be playing, Chelly played till he was almost 50, joke. What do you think? And as somebody who just did it.
I think the most important thing is the love of the game. You love coming to the rink. You love playing. You love being, in competition and being competitive. And they're all good. They're all real good players too. And I know they have to take care of themselves in the off season to be able to play at this level. And I think the main thing is that love of playing hockey.
And have there been any part of you that has said, "Man, I could still do this"? I mean, because you obviously still could. But that have been in your mind at all during the short season, no less?
Not to the point where I really want to do this, come back. It's more when you're watching games, whether on the game I watched here the other night or watching on TV. It's fun watching it, and I know how fun it is playing too. But I also know what it takes to be there, and that's something that I can't be up to that level of play where I want to be. That was the main reason why I retired, and that's why I'm still retired.
Did you think, hindsight being 2020, did you think the lockout could be a possibility? And I don't know, could that have played into it if you knew there was going to be a lockout in a shortened season? Maybe it could have done something at that point to maybe...
No, I can't say that whether it was a lockout or no lockout, I still had my mind made up. I think it would have been, if you come back and play in the shortened season, I think it's easier, even though it's a lot more intense. But I think it's easier when it's a shortened season. But you have to stay in shape to be able to play at this level too. So if I knew there was going to be a lockout, my decision was already made.
How about the Olympics next year? Is that a possibility if they wanted you to play?
No, that's not a possibility. It's not. It's I've been part of 4 Olympics, and it's a blast being part of. But it's not something that I want to play in.
How about front office or anything with them? Do you want to be a part of it, or are you just going to be on the spectator? You think?
I'll just be a spectator. Yeah, I haven't thought about anything else than being a spectator.
Are you
Had a
watching
chance
these
to watch
guys?
the Wings up close the other night. I don't know how much you watched on TV, but what are your thoughts of what you've seen, especially on the back end?
I think they're playing well. I think the guys are getting an opportunity to play more. I know we have some guys hurt now, but got some guys that are getting a chance to play a little bit more. And I think it's just maturity of getting the experience to play and play every day, play against the top players, and knowing that small mistakes can ends up with the puck in your net. So you got to be focused all the time. But it's a learning experience, I think, for the kids, and it's a great way to get a chance to play too with so many guys out. But it's a shortened season, and the points are important, and it's more of a sprint than we're used to, 82-game season. So it's every point matters, and it's very important every game.
You talk about
Stevie and Gretzky in the past have been involved with their national teams, and I know you're going to be an ambassador for the World Championships coming up. Is there any thought about maybe getting involved with the national team back in Sweden?
Besides being an ambassador for the World Championships, I haven't thought about it. We haven't discussed it with the association either. So something I haven't really thought much about. But being part of this year's World Championships, it's going to be fun. It's something where, as a player, you show up, you play the games, and then you kind of leave the venue and get ready for the next game. Now I get a chance to be there, see what it's like around the games. That'd be the big events, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do you
What
see
are your
yourself?
thoughts on what happened to Eric Carlson? I know we talked to the players about it, but you've seen it as well. And, what are your thoughts on what happened?
It's unfortunate the way it happened. Looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the year. And he's a world-class defenseman. Won the Norris last year, and well-deserved too. So I know he'll be missed by Ottawa, but I think he'll be missed in the league too, being the kind of player he is.
You didn't wear the Kevlar, though, did you? I don't remember sleeves or the
no, I
sides or anything.
never wore a sleeve like that. No.
you talk about your adjustment. What's it been like for your family to have Dad home all the time?
The kids have really enjoyed it, and I think my wife has too. She hasn't said anything different, but it's been fun just being there every day, being at practices and being on the ice with one of my kids, and just being home a lot more. So that's something I really enjoyed.
Do you see yourself 5 years or something? Do you see yourself at some point being much more involved in hockey, or is there a possibility you might not want to do anything like that as a second career?
I think it's too early to tell. I think it's I'm still adjusting to living in Sweden and changing the lifestyle from what I've had here over the last 20 years. So besides that, I haven't thought much about the future of whether I'll be involved more in hockey or in the capacity I'm at right now.
You're watching many of the NHL games, like these guys at all, or anything?
I watched a few of the games. It's hard with a 6-hour time
Yeah.
difference, and the game starts in the middle of the night. But I watched the LA game, for an example, was on live in Sweden. I watched a couple other games as well. So it's easier to watch the afternoon games, which are at night, 8 o'clock start at night in Sweden is a lot easier. But it's fun watching the games. So I'm happy that they're back playing again. I like the intensity that they can see on TV.
So the noon start for the Kings, that was perfect for you.
Yeah, I think it was a 6:30 p.m. start, and it was perfect right after dinner in Sweden.
What have your hotel accommodations been like back here?
I was expecting a little bit more hospitality from Homer. But no, he's been great. Yeah, my wife and I are staying at Homer's house, and had some great time with him and his wife. It's fun being back, and it's fun being around Homer again. We were close friends when we were playing, and it's good to be back here again with him. We talk every now and then on the phone. He visited me when he was over in Sweden around Christmas time, so it's good to be back here again.
You have the basement suite there.
We do have the whole basement for ourselves. So he's been very accommodating so far.
It's fun taking those rides down to the rink with him again?
Yeah, the ride this morning was the first one in a long while, so it's fun. Yeah, a lot of memories, and it was a fun ride down.
It did have to feel strange, though.
It's different walking in here and like I said, coming into this locker room.